Hi guys, my name is Ben,
And I'm Nathan.
and welcome back to the Pride of Villa. We're here with a match review of Aston Villa 2, Crystal Palace 0. Do not adjust your eyes, we did win a game. Aston Villa finally won a game, could be on track to getting back in form. But we're going to be discussing through the match itself, giving our thoughts to the players, and discussing what we'd like to see next from the team going ahead. So if you all enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. You already know what to do, so just do it. Check out fatalgrips.com. It'll be in the description. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into this. A bit more upbeat, a bit more positive, a bit more yeah. Oh dear. Nathan, do not scratch your eyes. We won a game yesterday, 2-0 against Crystal Palace. What are your thoughts?
There is a sense of relief, but on the night, obviously, with the upset of Bournemouth winning 4-1, which it was rigged. Let's not lie. Brendan Rodgers, you did it on purpose. You knew you put us in this situation.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about them.
I don't care.
Because we're still 4 points away from Watford, and they've got to play West Ham next. So ideally, we need West Ham or Watford to. Well, ideally, West Ham to win.
But there was relief. I was very cheerful yesterday. Not everyone who I was watching it with was like, "Yeah, we won." They're like, there is still a long road to go, which is understandable, obviously, because obviously we do have Everton, we got Arsenal, we've got West Ham. Also, we do want West Ham to win Watford. It does make more sense out of the two. I think West Ham just a bit more better than Watford.
Yeah.
But saying that, Watford do get these weird wins sometimes.
Yeah.
They do have these weird, strange wins. Obviously, the last one being Newcastle. I'm not saying that was a majorly weird win, but it was kind of a shock for me. I did think they would have lost that one, but oh well, we can't. There is such a big chance of us overtaking them, and I just hope we do get that 17th place, I believe. I think it can. I do really think it can be done now. How we played yesterday. I did just put this on Aston Villa's Instagram. It felt like we were in that 10-game run again after that one goal. It felt like we were fighting again, and oh my god, we keep that up for all these other games, even Arsenal. I do think we can get a draw against Arsenal. I do think we can do Everton, and I do think it will come down to West Ham, and we will do them one.
But just going on what you're saying there, I think, yes, it's a win. Okay, we can start to feel positive. For me, you only start giving yourself hope when we beat Everton. If we beat Everton, I say then you can start to dream.
Yeah, people are saying that like it's a cup final.
Yeah, but I think right now we can't really be happy. We can't stop thinking this is finally the moment that we're going to do it. We're finally going to stay up. Because we don't.
If we would have lost out, we would have been out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because even though we're 4 points away now from Watford, if we lose this next game, we're going to be down, essentially.
Yeah.
So ideally, for me, we can be happy about the fact that we get a win, but ideally, we need to keep the hope up until after we beat Everton. Because if we do it then there is a good chance. Because I think following Arsenal, Tottenham, I think we can actually now get something out of Arsenal. I think
a draw is likely. I do think a draw is likely.
I think although their attacking front three is very scary, I think defensively it's shown how poor they are, and I think we can capitalise on that. I think Everton's a definite win for me because I just don't see Everton showing any quality. They look terrible against Wolves. They've been looking rubbish since this restart, so we can get some there. And although West Ham may be a bit of a challenge, we still can get something from there,
Yeah.
But in terms of the Palace game, it was... I think, as I said, it's in part to Crystal Palace just not being good enough on the day. They were all pretty poor. A lot
just came out of it after.
Yeah.
Benteke being sent off last minute or something.
Yeah, Benteke got sent off after the game ended. But in terms of our performance, it wasn't great. It's as Sky said, you don't have to play the prettiest of football. It doesn't have to be... clean. Even if it's dirty football, just get the result, grind it out, and you'll get somewhere. And that's what we did. We were, I want to say, fortunate with the goals. One of them was much better. The first goal was very good. But defensively, he was absolutely
Second one was,
shocking.
I like the second one more than the first one.
The second one's rubbish. He didn't come out of anything. It was a poor crossing from McGinn. You know, it's clear that you're thinking Trezeguet's offside. Somewhat, I think Dougie gets the ball into him, and you think, yeah, he's offside, but he just manages to keep calm, collected, and get into the goal. And you're thinking, we're actually going to get a win out of this. This might be it. And the quote that I want to keep remembering if it does stay. So, Smith's great escape. That is the quote there.
Oh, Ben,
that was the
I'll have to say
moment.
this now. If Dean pulls this off now, I would absolutely love him to stay with us in the Premier League.
Well, he's going to stay. Because think about it.
This has never been done for us before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'll have the experience now of a year. So ideally, he knows what he wants. For me, if we do stay up and he does, if we do stay up, first of all, you got to put money to the wall to Grealish and as many your good players staying. Because I think, although Grealish is probably wanting to move away, I think part of him still feels like there is still excitement here. There's still something here. So for me, it's give Dean Smith as much money as he wants. Let him work out what's good, what's bad for the team. Let him bring in the players. Just give him a lot of money.
Oh, you see a massive difference then.
That's what I'm saying. Because really, this hasn't been Dean's team. We've seen Dean as Suzer's team. I think give Dean the money. Let him buy the players that he wants, no matter how expensive they are. Just let him buy what he wants. Or let him build a team around Jack Grealish and actually give him more control over the team. But in terms of player performances, we're going to go on to that right now. We'll start with ratings. We do want to say fair play to Konza stepping in for where House was, because House obviously got taken off at the warm-up. Yeah, he looked much better.
Yeah.
And Elmahamty was good. We also got to mention Taylor going off for target after 10 minutes, which was a bit of a...
Didn't want that to happen, but it was okay.
It was a bit of a shame, but he was able to do fine in his position. A bit not as good quality as Taylor is defensively. So we're starting goal, Pepe Reina. What would you give him?
Based off that one bit where it looked like an inevitable goal, like you just knew it was going to go in, but he kind of punches it away. I'm going to give him a 5. Like that, I'd give him a lot of criticism, but that was one of the best saves I've seen him do. And he kept all through the game. Like, you could see that he was just not going to let anything in. So, yeah, definitely a 5 world user.
I'd give him a 6. I think he was solid in that position. I think there was 1 or 2 shaky moments when he could have done a little bit better. Trying to catch the ball and he ends up just letting it roll a bit. But I think, people are saying...
Yeah.
People are saying for Nyland to come in. I don't see why you'd put Nyland in now. I think just stick with Rain and get your money's worth out of him. And for me, he was really solid in that game. Do I say Neil Taylor? We'll go Matt Target because Neil Taylor's only on the pitch for 10 minutes.
Give him a 4.
I'd say 5. I thought he was fine. A bit quiet.
Yeah.
I just wish Taylor hadn't gotten injured. Hopefully that's just going to be temporary. We might see him on the bench.
He didn't look too bad.
Yeah, because I was going to say, it didn't really look obvious what was going on with him. I guess he must have just been like hamstring. But I thought Target was fine, just a bit quiet, not really affecting the game for me. Mings, I'm going to give him a...
We should talk about Mings.
5. I think we've been massively criticising him over the past few games, and simply it's deserved because he's been rancid. But in that game, he was much, much better. I think
he's listened to us.
Yeah, I think there's a good partnership there with Konza. So maybe that may have had something to do with that. Maybe in Mings' eyes, he thought, because House is such lower quality than him, he has to almost work double as hard as House, double standards. But I thought Mings was solid. Again, not his best game. I thought he was still a little bit shaky, but much better.
Massive difference.
Yeah. Konza, I'm going to give him a 5.
Yeah.
Really no impact. He had one, I think it was a tap-in from a corner, I think it was. That was so close to making it 3-0.
Yeah. I keep him there for Everton.
So he was getting back in the mix with the attack, which is nice to see in a centre off because you don't really think of them being attacking players, but he's got a bit of that attacking mindset about him, which is what I like to see. And I thought he did a much better position in that centre half role than in a right back role. El Mohammadi on the right, what would you give him?
He had a lot of great crosses. Like that's what we like him for. Definitely starting for Everton too. So I'm going to say a 5, maybe even a 6.
I saw Twitter saying he was probably the next man of the match behind the man that we will talk about.
I'd say he's third in line.
I thought he's third. I still say Dougie's up there, and we'll get onto that.
Yeah.
But for me, El Mohammadi's much more solid. The one thing I just want to understand is what's happened with Gilbert.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say I don't want to think that something's gone wrong with him in this. Maybe we might not see him again because there is a good, consistent right back there. I just think, just give us something that understands us, that tells us why Gilbert's not perhaps.
He can't be fitness anymore because he's been off way too long now.
Well, he's on the bench. He's always on the bench. I don't understand what he's done wrong. But maybe he's probably not as defensively solid as Al Mohammadi is, which is not a bad shout. But I thought Al Mohammadi was getting good stuck in. Some really nice crosses at points. And really good right back. I hope we can keep hold of him for a lot longer. I think Ego's is really underappreciated in this team. He may not be the best defensive player in this team, but he is actually a lot more solid and consistent than people have him on for. So I'd give him a 6. Move on to our wider players. I went next. Went with a 4-3-3 for some reason. We'll move on to McGinn. For me, worst player on the pitch. For me, I've said it time and time again. He's just poor. He doesn't offer anything.
He had that one kick once again.
He had the one kick, but he just went straight to the goal. He looks slow. He looks tired. He doesn't look the same. So for me, I'd give him a 3. For me, just bring on Lansbury if you are gonna play him on. Take him off and then bring on Lansbury because because if you're gonna swap him for Nakamba, you almost screams you want to sit back and defend and soak up the pressure. Whereas for me, bringing on Lansbury, even though it may seem like a swap for swap, Lansbury's more creative and will help push the team forward rather than backwards, which is, I think, what led to the success yesterday was the fact that we didn't try and, just try to defend. We just wanted to keep pushing forward when we could. But for me, McGinn needs something, probably a bench, whatever. I'll give him a 3. Conor Hourihane. Good impact.
His impact was amazing.
What I was going to say.
Looking at the swap for him, at first I was just like, he ain't going to do anything. He had a lot of bloody good chances. What do you think?
Before the goal went in, the first one where he created the free kick for, it was so aimless, so short, too deep, too low. It was just rubbish really from him. And I was like, it's just going to be Conor Hourihane all over again. Then he gets in the brilliant free kick in for the first goal. Again, due in part to Crystal Palace's poor man marking. But I think after that, he was starting to produce some confidence, and I think we need to keep it in the team. So for me, I'm going to give him a 5. Because I think apart from that goal, wasn't really having the most of impact. He did have a free kick on the edge of the box in the second half, which I thought was going in. Kind of reminded me of Blackburn away last season. But I think keeping the team, he's looking decent. Let's keep going with him. Next up, move on to Douglas Luiz. He's been the previous man of the matches since the restart. He's looked solid. I think today he simply was just there was a better player on that pitch for me, but he was still really good. Second contention for me.
He just kept everything going for them.
Yeah, he just kept the team in shape.
Amazing.
Just moving the team forward when he could, trying to create some chances of his own. There was a point where the ball came out to him on the edge of the box, and I thought he was going to smash it in like Bournemouth and Norwich, but he didn't, unfortunately, got deflected. But I'd like to see that. I've been liking what I've seen from him, and it's really exciting to see what could be having next season. So for me, I'm going to give him a 7. Really impressive from me. Just keep it up, really. Get us home. We move on to the front for 3 then. On the left, I think it was. We have Jack Grealish. I'm going to give Jackie a...
Joe, it weren't bad. He was not bad.
It wasn't bad. Again, not much of an impact.
Not
but
too
I think,
good, but he was a lot of improvements with him.
yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a 5.
Yeah, around there. I think it was a much better performance from him. He did step up, try to be more of a leader. But still just not much of an impact and not the same Jack Grealish we saw before the restart. So hopefully he's now going to find his footing with some confidence and try and get us those points. Samatta in the central position. It's not his fault for me. No matter, you can't expect him to do everything. I would like to see him take his chances a bit better. There was a header that came in that was perfect for him, and he headed that over. But I think, for me, it shows how much we miss Wesley somehow. I can't tell you why, but it just screams like Wesley's needed.
I know he would have
team.
got a goal, Wesley.
I think Wesley provides what Davis and Samatta do in one, and I think that's what we need. But for Samatta, for me, I think Samatta just doesn't get enough service, and that's why we're not seeing him score goals really since Bournemouth. But I'm still adamant on him. I still think there is something there, so I'm going to give him a 4 for me. Just he needs to get a bit involved more in the game, I think. We then move on to the man of the match for me, the best player on the pitch, Trezeguet. What do you give him?
Bloody hell, what a game he had.
Yeah.
Like, you know how I am. Oh, he's got the pace, but he never uses it for full potential. Never has that end product. He used that pace. He used he just did everything right.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the game he's had. I just hope to see more of that because he can be a right threat to everyone. Amazing. Give him a 9.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. I think a lot of Villa fans will agree with me on this, including Villa on tour and all that lot. He's not been the best player for us. I think he hasn't shown the quality that is apparently associated with him. However, yesterday, in the past games, it's been there. The work ethic and the intensity coming from him has been good.
You can see it was ready to come out.
Today was Trezeguet's game, and I think for me, something's re-established. Something's giving him that time to push on, time to score.
They've had a boost in training.
Something's come from him. He's running around like he wants to always get the ball, no matter where it is in the pitch. He's able to score goals, so raise a chance with him. And you've got to think that maybe we're starting to finally create some threat, attacking-wise. And as I said, scored 2 goals yesterday. But very impressive. So for me, I'm going to give him I can't say 9 because I think 9's almost perfect.
Oh, God, give him a 9.
I give him an 8. I give him an 8.5 for me. He's good. I think 1 or 2 sloppy moments from him, but simply I was just in awe of watching him, and he was really impressive to see. What else should we discuss about? I think just a few little moments in the game. Obviously, 6 minutes in, we did concede a goal from a corner that was cleared out by VAR for apparently hitting the shoulder, which is, if Mings is...
We'll take it.
Yeah, but if Mings gets a handball against him, why is that given out? It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. Really sloppy defending there. I thought it was just going to be like, great, Villa have just let us down yet again. But we were lucky to get away with that. I think it was a goal. You know what I mean? Because he hits his shoulder. It's at a part where it's just like, just keep the goal.
The confidence definitely would have gone by then. That's what I was thinking. I was like, right, first one's in, we're going to concede even more. But as soon as VAR overruled it, that was when we were like, all right, we've got to do something now.
Yeah. And then after the game at the end, Christian Benteke got sent off for apparently kicking the ball out.
There was a lot of fights in that game, sadly.
Yeah, so clearly he wasn't saying anything. I do just want to talk about the Wilfried Zaha incident that's happened.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
A 12-year-old.
Sorry, but if you're that immature and that uneducated to sit there and talk to a football player like that, I mean, it's a game at the end of the hour. I know how invested in Ben are, but you don't just go and message someone like that with those disgusting comments. Like, I feel so bad. And he woke up to that too.
I think the sad thing is his Instagram handle and everything, his Villa, he's got it in the name, which is appalling to see that.
Yeah.
Not only does it represent, it can represent what he thinks of us, but it's a fact. It's a 12-year-old that said that. I don't understand what you think you're going to achieve by calling somebody like Wilfred Zaha, you know, oh, you better lose or the ghosts are going to haunt you, and then posting some really offensive, racist images. It's simply that I say, thank God the West Midlands did the right thing there and getting that kid arrested. Simply put, because he doesn't represent us. So really,
that was disgusting. Like, how a little kid can say something like that, even in what's going on in the world now, just disgusting. I feel bad for him. And if he did score a few goals against us, I would have been like, well, I don't blame you after what just happened.
I thought he would have scored some goals. Yeah, but we just want to say that does not represent all Villa fans. We are not.
No, it doesn't at all.
We don't share the same thoughts as him, and you will not expect to see that coming from either of us. We'll end this review on one final thing. As I said, we go on to Everton. Everton, Arsenal, West Ham, 9 points.
This is the game.
I don't want to jinx it because this will probably come back in our faces when we lose against Everton.
It just has to happen now.
We'll ask the question here.
Let's do the double.
Is the hope alive? Is it going to happen, Nathan?
Yes,
it's hard to say.
It's going to happen. We're going to beat them 2-1. I don't know who's going to score on their end, but it's going to be Trezeguet, maybe Grealish, even Davis, I'd say this time. It's got to happen. Maybe even Hurahan. It's got to happen. We have got the full potential right now. We have the capacity in our brains to get this goal. We are getting goals now, and we've just got to show them that we are Premier League quality. So next season, we can absolutely push for the top 4.
Yeah, I think, simply put, you can start to dream now. For me, wait until Everton. I think if we beat Everton, then we can start to dream. I think you're getting ahead of yourself if you're going to dream a bit now. But I'd like to think, I don't want to sound cliche in what Sky Sports said, but I do think this is going to be Smith's greatest. I think it's the hope that's going to kill us in the end.
It's got to be the
let's just
be
hope.
scrappy. I don't care.
Let's just hope he actually manages to pull through and actually
goal's a goal.
Do it, because I think this is going to be such an iconic moment in Villa history if we do stay up.
You know what? Joe, let's promise this. If we stay up with this great escape, we won't do a negative video of what's gone wrong. We'll do a video of the future of Aston Villa in the Premier League. Ben, that's just how it's got to be now. Like, I know I shouldn't be so hopeful, but I am. Like, that game just told me we can stay up. Yes, Crystal Palace are not the best team. Yes, they're not even going up. Neither are they going down. They're sort of a lingering team. But with that performance, I mean, Everton aren't that far away from them. They're only about 3. They're only 3 up from them, like 11th or something, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't really know screams threat from Everton. I don't really know Everton much, but I do know we beat them 2-0. So it can happen again.
Yeah. On that note, we're going to end this review there. Very positive. Let's hope Villa can recreate this kind of energy for Everton. Come on. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, as we said, subscribe. Follow us on our social pages and comment down below what you thought of the game and tell us what videos you would like to see in the future. But without further ado, he's been Nathan, I've been Ben, up the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you later, boys.